Hey everybody, it's Weaver again, and today I kind of wanted to tackle something that I get asked a lot, and that's people asking me if they are or are not trans. Now, I get asked this a lot personally, and I've also seen it asked a lot on the internet, so I kind of wanted to just throw this out there, throw out a video, and I want to start it off by saying that I actually can't tell you 100%. Likewise, no one can tell you 100%. This is a realization that you kind of have to come to on your own. I'm really, really sorry, but that's the truth. I can kind of point you in the right direction, but that's it. Now, first, I wanted to kind of define the terminology, because there's transgender, transsexual, trans with a little asterisk, and genderqueer. The only one of these that I'm kind of uncertain about is trans with a little asterisk, but the rest of them I understand the definitions pretty well. Genderqueer essentially just means that you don't identify as strictly male or strictly female. It can be a combination of both, somewhere in between, neither, trigender, bigender, agender, gender neutral, gender fluid, anything that isn't strictly male or female. Transgender seems to be the umbrella term for transsexual. Transgender seems to be that it's you identify as the opposite gender, where transsexual means that you've actually undergone some kind of medical transition. I would fall under the category of both because I identify as the opposite gender and I'm doing the medical transition. But I do honestly believe that it's kind of like a flow chart and it goes transgender, transsexual. That's as far as I understand. Trans with a little asterisk, as far as I understand, that is kind of like a melding of trans and genderqueer, and it's like the ultimate umbrella term, and it's anybody who identifies as gender non-normative, gender non-social normative. Now, I could probably just make that perfectly politically correct, but I feel like that would be the entire video. So, just people who identify as something other than what they were assigned at birth is trans asterisk, as far as I understand. Now, again, I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me, but that's as far as I understand. Now, whether or not you transition is entirely up to you. I do know people who identify as the opposite sex who don't transition because they feel that it's an imperfect transition, and the only time that they would actually be happy with it, the only time that they would feel that it's worth it, is if they could snap their fingers and be the opposite gender perfectly, be the opposite sex perfectly, which today's science doesn't really allow for. We haven't gotten that good, so you kind of have to deal with what you're given, which hormones and makeup are pretty damn good, so I'm okay with it, but a lot of people feel like they wouldn't transition well, or that they wouldn't want to transition, which is something that you have to keep in mind. There are pros and cons. It's not, you don't transition and everything's sunshine and rainbows. It doesn't really work that way. I transitioned, and for the most part, I'm really quite happy. My life is doing a lot better than it was beforehand. My mood is a lot better. I'm a lot happier. So all in all, I think it was worth it. I'm pretty damn sure that it was worth it. However, I do still encounter bigots. I actually had someone come into where I work and harass me for maybe a good solid minute and a half. And yeah, that was not fun and definitely falls under the category of con. So that's something that I kind of have to deal with. And that comes with the territory of just being different. It's not necessarily something about being trans. It's just being different. Now, I kind of want to do a part of this video that's how did you know, or how would you know? But I don't want people to take this as an end-all be-all checklist. So I kind of want to just point out that these are, probably, if you match up with these, you're probably trans, but I can't say for certain, but this might point you in the right direction. I noticed that when I daydream about myself as I wish to be, which is either not possessing a gender at all or as being more feminine. So that's kind of one way, is if you daydream about yourself habitually as the opposite sex, that's a pretty good indicator. If you have a desire to live as the opposite sex, that's a pretty good indicator. Likewise, if you want to be treated as, like, if you wish that you could go out and just, just live as a girl and just be a girl, or go out and just be a boy and just have people realize that, like, right off the bat, and not have to do the, like, gender tango, like, that's a pretty good indicator as well. So you really have to kind of, like I said, like, do some soul searching and find out if it is or isn't you. The best advice that I can give you is actually to just say it. You can either say, I'm transgender, or you can just say with some conviction, I'm a boy, or I'm a girl. And if it feels wrong, especially stating the gender, if you say, I'm a boy, and that feels, like, down here feels wrong, like when I say it, it's just like, oh, that's what? It feels wrong. It feels wrong for me, and I know that it feels wrong for quite a few of my trans feminine friends, so that's something to look out for. So my best advice would literally just be to say it. Try saying it. You don't have to say it to anyone in particular. You can say it to your dog. I would suggest saying it to your cat, but cats are judgmental, so you could say it to a tree or a rock, or you could draw a face on a paper plate and say it to that. Just anything. Just vocalizing it. That's usually a pretty good indicator, because your brain and your body tend to know what's best. So that's what I would suggest. I don't really have anything else for you guys right now. I'm really, really sorry that it's been so long since my last video. I actually had videos made and I just haven't uploaded them because my laptop sucks and it takes like an hour to upload a video. But here's this one. Yay! I will talk to you guys later though. Lots of love, and hope you guys are all having fun and doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye.